Hermosa, Redondo, and Palos Verdes and everywhere. So we're very happy today to introduce Dr. Bruce Newlin, who's the Hermosa Beach Unified School District Superintendent, and he's going to tell you what's going on in Hermosa Beach.
I'm always a little reluctant to use PowerPoint because I have a habit of putting too much information on it. But bottom line, I thought it would be important for people to understand what Hermosa Beach City School District is all about. Hermosa Beach is one of the rare school districts where the city and the school district boundaries are coterminous. In other words, they're exactly the same. Hermosa Beach is a K-8 district. We don't have any high schools in Hermosa Beach. Students who graduate from Hermosa Beach schools have a choice of going either to Miracosta High School or Redondo Beach High School. That's their choice, and they make that choice in the 8th grade. We have two schools. View School, which is named because of the view from Prospect, and it's a K-2 school. All of our kindergarten students, first and second graders, all go to View School. There's 478 students currently located at View, and 825 students located at Valley. We do have one other school site in the community. That site is North School. North School is right west of Valley Park, up on the hill. We currently lease out that property to Redondo Beach for their parent program, and to a private concern that has a preschool childcare kind of operation there. So we serve, as I said, K-8, and it's an elected school board, 5 members who represent the community of Hermosa Beach. Okay. We're one of the school districts, the few school districts around that where we're continuing to grow. In September of 2000, we had 985 students. You can see that in September of this year, we had 1,300 students, and our projections are that we will continue to grow. And so we're looking at about 1,500 students by the time in the next 5 years. So we're growing 50, 60 students a year. Again, Hermosa Beach is small. It's just within the community of Hermosa Beach, and that's good, and it's got problems. One of the things that most people are interested in is, how does Hermosa Beach do in terms of test scores? So, to give you an idea, I think most of you are familiar with something called the API, the Academic Performance Index. The API, the maximum you can get on an API is 1,000. The state average is somewhere around 750. The Hermosa Beach, if you look at the state website, in 2008 we were at 906. In 2009 we were at 922. This year we're at 938. We're proud of that. It shows that there's good quality education going on, but it's also showing that the quality of kids that come to us are good quality kids because they come with the ability to learn. Okay. One of the other things that we're looking at is moving beyond just the basics. The basics are measured by the whole thing around reading and math, but we're interested and we're seeing that kids need to learn much more than that, and that they need to be aware of and thinking about what we call the 21st century skills. And they include global and cultural awareness, financial, economic, business and entrepreneurial literacy, civic literacy, and health literacy. We think those are also critical learning attributes that students need to be about, so that education is more than just the basics. These are going to become the new basics and part of the basic education that all of the kids in Hermosa Beach are going to be involved in. I'll just quickly look at these. it really talks about, and you probably have been reading about what society is saying are the important things that need to be taught. Creativity, that's where people are learning how to do new things and think differently, to think outside of the box. Critical thinking and problem solving, an important aspect of education, and where we're headed in terms of how do we teach kids to be critical thinkers and problem solvers. And we're working very diligently in trying to accomplish that. Let's go to the next. And it was interesting, the discussion we just had on technology. One of the things that we're seeing is that information and media literacy is a critical aspect of what education needs to be about today. Understanding it, we were talking about the Twittering and emails and everything, that you get so much information, and there's a difference between information and knowledge. We have so much information, some of which is good information, some of which is probably not so good information. And it's important for us to be able to differentiate between the two. And so people need to know how to do that, what media works, how it works. When you Google something, and I know all of us do this, if you Google something and it's something as simple as look at the moon and look at how many hits you get. You know, it's something like 8 million. And so how many of those are credible? And so we have to be thinking about understanding the credibility of the information we're looking at. Okay. And then we're looking at life and career skills, because that becomes an integral part of what we're thinking about. You can quickly look down at the what's involved in that. Okay, let's go on to. We also have in Hermosa Beach the providing students with special needs, and we probably have, like what we're seeing throughout the state and throughout the country, that we're having increased numbers of students with special needs. That would include autistic students, and we're seeing an uptick in the numbers of students who have been diagnosed with autism, somewhere on the autism spectrum. And we provide services on an ongoing basis, because we're committed to providing a quality education for all students as we move forward. Okay? Now, we were talking about the real estate market here a little bit ago, and we're seeing similar kinds of things happen in the schools. And just to give you a perspective of what you're looking at here. The schools are funded, if you're not aware, the schools are funded on the basis of the number of students who attend the school. And it's not how many have signed up to come there, it's how many are actually sitting in the seat. And it's called an ADA, an average daily attendance. And schools are funded on the basis of how many students you have and a dollar amount that the state has provided you on a per student basis. And that first annual amount in 07-08 was $5,782 for every student that was in his seat for the year. That was the yearly amount. Now, as a result of what's been happening in the state, and all of you are as well aware of it as I am, but this is looking at it from a school perspective, that our projected income for this coming year is $4,913 per student. That's an indication of the budget deficit that the state is facing, and you all read the paper and see what's happening. We look at it from the impact that it has on the schools, and so you can see right here that we've lost 15% of the allotment on a per student basis over the past couple of years. What are we doing? Well, we make the cuts that we have to make. We've had to give pink slips to teachers. We've had layoffs. But one of the things that has happened is that we have been very, very fortunate to have a community that has been extraordinarily supportive of the schools. For a community of like Hermosa Beach, where you have probably 1,000 families that have students who attend the schools, that's, we're talking maybe 15% of the total population have students who go to school in Hermosa Beach. That we know that that the community has come through in the past. They've had something like $1 million that they fundraised last year, the year before, about $850,000 last year, and we've been able to bridge the gap and be able to provide the same level of education experience because of the commitment that the community has had. Now, we all know that the economy out there is less than swell, and we are also looking at, how long can people continue to support the schools through fundraising activities, and it's going to be a very difficult ongoing challenge. We recognize that, so we're concerned about the long term and where we're going to be going in the long term. And that's just about property taxes. So you can see that the amount, for every dollar paid in property tax, the school district gets about 5 cents. And there's a long story to that one too, which we can go into it at some other time. This gives you an idea of the personnel. I mean, personnel probably make up 80 to 85% of our costs. We have 54 regular classroom teachers, 2.5 specialists that teach PE. We have a science lab at our grades 3 through 5, 3 special ed teachers. So we really have a very minimal level of support system once you get beyond the classroom. Okay? We have gone to a process of trying to be as green as possible. Energy conservation certainly is something that's on everybody's radar. We have that. We have student projects. We have Walk to School Wednesday, and we're actually encouraging Walk to School every day, because if you've ever driven down Valley, when school is either starting or dropping off, that's a place you don't want to be. But the same thing is true up on Prospect if you're going by View School. So we're encouraging people to walk to school, to conserve energy. We have a whole lot of